So buying tickets for NYKO and Next Celebration probably later tonight or tomorrow.
Yeah! I will see you there.
Boop.
We're recording.
Yay! Worked. Okay. We can just get started. Was anybody on the call, Laura's call? Yes, good, huh? It's really good. A lot of helpful information. So she's going to have that recorded, and she's going to post it. So I'll post it in CYS because it's such good, useful information. So useful. Okay. Today's the first day of the 90-day game or action plan. And has anybody felt like they've had a really productive day? I sure have. And it's true, like where energy goes, or what is the saying? Anywhere you focus on, you find. Ashley and I have had a couple conversations about this today because we're like, oh my gosh, like it's happening because when we're putting our energy towards something, it's like the universe opens and things just come into your life that you're just like, wow, that's awesome because you are energetic about it. So I've seen a lot of you doing live videos, which is really fun and exciting too. Anyways, so I guess I will just get started on some notes. I really want to post Laura's call because it went over a lot of the most important things and most important takeaways from like moving your team forward and creating that momentum for the next 90 days and a lot of the promotions that are going on. I know a lot of you have already know what are all of our new products. I'm hoping everybody knows the new products. Okay. Thank you for the feedback, Ashley. We all know that there's free membership until the 20th, which is really exciting. So this is a great way to get jump started on this week. And everybody should be opting into the championship challenge. Have you all done that? There's $10,000 every week given away towards that towards that challenge. And sorry. Anyways, and so what that does is that when you opt in as your own self, you'll get to partake in those $10,000 in prizes, and then also start accumulating points towards the grand prize, which is the cruise. And you don't have to have your teams in place yet until September. So be looking for who you want on your team and who you want to run with and who you want to go on that cruise with. So let's see. Oh, so many of you were able to come to Celebration, and a lot of you weren't. So CYS is also going to be going to ICU in Phoenix, October 5th through 7th, and I think Mary was just talking about that when we hopped on. So that's really exciting. I want as many of us there, and I want to do some team things as well. That was really fun. Because our group is a little smaller this year, we all got to, for the most part, got to sit together, got to get together a lot, and it really created that sense of community. A lot of I know I witnessed a lot of great friendships come out of this last week that weren't in place before. So that's super fun, and I want to continue to do that. So obviously, our community and our culture is what keeps people. It's like the glue. It keeps people going. So October 5th through 7th, just plan on being there. Get your tickets now. Get your plane and hotel now, because it's going to be so fun. These ICUs are so important because they're just training, so much training in this, useful training that we all need. And Celebration is a lot of the recognition and a lot of the IsaBody Challenge winners and things like that you won't necessarily be like that. It's a lot of corporate training, which is really beneficial and still really, really fun. And I just want to remind you guys about the retreat we have coming up with Michelle. We're in action right now towards that. And for some of you that haven't heard about it, I haven't put a flyer up yet. In order to be able to go, you need to either create an executive on your team, become an executive, or create 3 consultants, 2 managers, and 1 director. So what this retreat is going to be is all about just spoiling the crap out of you guys. It's not going to be, the only thing you're going to have to buy is your plane ticket. The rest is going to be covered, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So for any of you that haven't heard about Michelle, right, I'm going to try to mute everybody.
If you click at the bottom on participants, you can go down and like mute everyone that's unmuted.
Okay, cool.
Can everyone?
Okay, so now, okay, that worked. So Michelle Perazzo and our team are teaming together to do this retreat. So you have to create an executive, become an executive, or create 3 consultants, 2 managers, and 1 director in order to be able to go. And I promise y'all want to go. It's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Okay, is there anything you want to start with?
We just wanted to fill everyone in too who wasn't at Celebration, just how much we were all thinking about you, and just how special the event was. If you were able to catch it online on the live stream, like, wow, the energy was incredible. It was insane. Everybody was coming together. The vision was so big. All of the leaders in the company, Laura, Kelly, the Vavras, everyone, it was like you could just see that everybody was taking their game to the next level, even though they're already at the top. And I think that just trickles down to everybody and inspires everybody. It was just totally saturated. The room was saturated with inspiration. And I think it's important, like Laura, jumping on Laura's call today and staying on the calls every single day, is that the more that we can stay in that place, the more that we can keep that 1,000-mile-per-hour momentum going. And that was one of the main things we talked about as a team when we got together in Vegas was, one of the big reasons why somebody achieves great success is because they're running 1,000 miles per hour after their goal, and they almost can't even hear the no's, or if they trip and stumble, or they fail or whatever, it's like they just get right back up again because they just know where they're going, and there's no doubt about it. And we all have been there in that place of just totally pumped up about this business. But it's time to take it to the next level along with the leaders, along with the company, and help this company go even further and help our own businesses go even further by just like all in total commitment. Another thing is like each and every year, it's like becomes more and more evident how special this company is, how incredible the opportunity is, how much Isagenix takes care of their people. It's almost like crazy when you look at all the other network marketing companies out there, just how well they do what they're doing, just how intentional they are about every single step of their growth, just how intentional they are about taking care of the things that need to be taken care of and incentivizing us to be our very best. And like at the end of the day, what it really comes down to is how bad you want it is how far you can go. There is no limit here. And to one last point on all of that is, Crystal always says, like, if nothing else, when you're involved in this team, when you're involved in this journey, if you're not having a ton of success on the business side, you're going to walk away having a crazy amount of personal development from putting yourself out there. And if you think about it, even if you went out this week and you talked to 3 different people, 3 different strangers, you're putting yourself in a position that maybe you didn't think you could do, that you got up the gumption and the will to take that risk and to potentially fail and to potentially like feel that doubt of like, am I good enough? Can I do this? But you did, and you will, and you'll continue to do it again and again and again. So together as a team, we all have each other's back. Let's rely on each other. Let's use each other. Let's be there for each other. Let's inspire each other. It is pedal to the metal, no slowing down. It's you can see it. You can see what the work that Ashley's doing, that Heather's doing, that Allison's doing, that Elsa's doing. You can see Christy bringing 7 of her team to Vegas. Mm-hmm. There's just no excuses that anybody's making about their commitment. It's like it's full on. And I think that's what's so exciting. The time is now. It is ours for the taking, really, and making it what it is. So, yeah.
Thank you. That's what I needed, you guys. Sorry, I was like lagging in the beginning there, and I just needed a little pumping up from Sarah. Okay. So how many of you went to the breakout session with Susan Sly? If you did, okay, so she was incredible. I mean, Susan Sly and Lisa DeMaio, they're both incredible. They're both powerhouse women. And if you weren't there, just write down their names, Susan Sly and Lisa DeMaio. Go look them up. Go listen to their podcasts. Like every day I want to hear Susan Sly because she inspires me. And I think that it's super important that we find somebody that's like a role model that we want to look up to. And she is totally that for me. She's such a badass. I love that she has like no excuses. Like what you put in is what you get, and there is no excuses. And that to me, like, I try not to have any excuses, but I tend to like, I know like sometimes I'll wallow and be like, I'm easily distracted. Well, this woman is like, she's always laser focused and she's always super organized. And that's not something like not one of my strengths, but it's something that I want to be. And so I loved learning from her. I always loved learning from her. But she had said that there was a recipe for success. And I want you guys to write this down because this is something that's so duplicatable and we can all put into action. And if we just repeat this over and over and over again, we're bound to see success in this. And it is just a matter of what you put in, you get out. And I know one more thing before I go there. I know a lot of people have other jobs and they find it hard because this is sometimes like, for most people, this isn't a have to, it's like kind of like a want to. But if you, when we had a team meeting in our suite and 95% of the room raised their hand saying they wanted to leave their day-to-day jobs and just be able to do Isagenix because they love the freedom that comes with this and the weekly pay raises you get with this if you're working towards it and the community and the fun that comes with it. And so for all of you guys that are like ready to get out of the daily grind, it is going to take some sacrifice, and it has to be a have to do, not a want to do. And so one thing that, man, my brain's not functioning today. You guys had calls with me today. You all know too. I'm not all there today. But anyways, Michael Klaus. Okay. He said that there's the beauty, like the magic in the second 8 hours. So we all like put in our 8 hours a day, right? Like we go to our daily jobs and we're putting in our 8 to 5 or whatever. But there's the second 8 hours that you need to be devoting to this to be able to see like your business grow. Because if you're not doing that, your business isn't going to grow, you guys. And we all know that. When we stop or we lose momentum, it starts to go back the other way. And I mean, we all experience it, and business isn't always going to go vertical. There's going to be dips. It's a roller coaster for sure. But when we've grown to that next level, we start to see it go up. And I think everybody's ready to level up and get to that next level. And so that second 8 hours is before you go to work in the morning. Are you making calls? Are you listening to podcasts? What are you doing? Instead of listening to music on the way to work, you're going to be listening to podcasts. You're going to be doing things that are going to help grow you. And then you're going to put the action in, because we all get so stuck in the personal development, the reading the books, the watching the inspirational videos, the listening to the podcast, and not actually doing anything. And I've been there. And so right now it's time to get into action and actually do what we're wasting time if we're not actually doing the work. And the beauty is in the work. And so I wanted to talk about the recipe for success. This is what Susan Sly says is it's like crucial that we enroll 5 people a month. And if that sounds like scary to you, you're telling yourself that's scary. It's not. We all know people. We come into contact with people every day. So 5 people a month isn't scary. And the beauty of 5 people a month is you get those free vitamins. And I just found out from Laura's call that I didn't know this. I've never ever like paid attention that you actually, when you get those free vitamins, you also get free shipping and tax. That's included in your order. And I had no idea about that. So that was kind of cool. So 5 recruits a month is so important to you building a solid foundation for your team. Not all those people are going to be business builders, but the product users are the ones that keep your business going. So 5 recruits a month. And then personally develop 12 consultants per year. So that's not scary. 12 consultants per year, you guys. 6 to 7 managers per year, 3 to 4 directors, and 1 to 2 executives. All doable if we're putting in the work. And then one thing that executives and above, or anybody should be doing this actually, is running to executive every 90 days, especially during this 90-day game plan, because what this 90-day game plan is set up for is to put, I just saw this on somebody's post, put a year's worth of work into 90 days so that you get that action, the building, the BV, the momentum through your teams, so that you're setting a solid foundation for the next 90-day game plan, right? So so make sure that that's just like 10 consultants in 90 days is if you've gotten yourself to executive, you know that you can absolutely become an executive every 90 days. But the people get so hung up on executive being the top rank in the company. All it is 10 people with 2 people enrolled under them. Anybody can do that. Anybody can do it. Y'all can do it. It's just if you haven't gotten there, it's because you're telling yourself that it's hard, or you're telling yourself that you can't get there. You haven't actually done the work to get there. And we all know that this is doing the things that sometimes are uncomfortable and sometimes the things that we don't want to do, but we get to have so much fun along the way. So the other thing she said was non-negotiables for her is 3 conversations every single day, 3 follow-ups every single day, and then pouring greatness and blessing 3 people every single day, no matter what that looks like. And that's kind of fun because that's what we're in business to do, right? She also said, so for prospecting, that belief has a tone. It has a sound to it. And I've always said that excitement is contagious. When people hear the excitement in your voice, it's contagious. They want to be a part of what you're doing. But it's also a matter of having that 100% belief in our products. And if we don't have the belief, people will see right through us. If we're just trying to get somebody, people will see through that. They'll feel it. And so this is not about getting somebody. It's really about making those connections and trying to figure out what their pain point is. Like, what is this? Like, what could this do for your life? And we can't make assumptions of what we think it will do for their life, because we could be completely off base and it might not be the right time. We don't want to push somebody before they're ready because they won't have success. They'll say, oh, the products didn't work because they didn't follow the product because they weren't ready mentally. So let's make sure that we're staying focused on really what's important. And the whole point of this industry is to bless people's lives. And that's what we preach. So that's what we need to practice.
Yeah, on that point, like if you think about it as blessing people and impacting people's lives, what better opportunity is there to give people the gift of health, community, the gift of time freedom, the potential for financial freedom, all across the board? What other opportunity offers that? It's very rare, right? So when Crystal's talking about like maybe not everybody's ready, there's somebody out there who needs you. There's somebody out there who's waiting for you. There's somebody that's begging and needing and seeking an opportunity in their life like this, but they just don't know yet, or it hasn't clicked yet. But you could be their click. And like that's how focused it has to be, because even if you found one person a month, every single month for the next 12 months, who is so ready and who you were so ready to bless the socks off of because you weren't worried about failing and you weren't worried about all the people telling you no, but you found that one who was absolutely ready to be blessed like crazy and for you to bless them and to bring them into this incredible life, like that is changing lives. That is a massive, massive impact. So just like bless. If they're not ready, bless and release, but wait for them to come back. But like find those ones who need you. There's somebody there who needs you. So keep that message. Keep your heart alive.
I also want to add something to that. We all realize that the people on our team are like kind of like a gift from God, and they're meant to be there. And I see sometimes where people are like, well, I prospected this person, I gave them all this info, and they went somewhere else. Well, maybe they weren't meant to be on your team. Like, that's okay. Go on to the next person. I get a lot of people hung up on certain, I don't know, just in that negative mindset, you guys, and this is all about, it's such a practice to be in the mindset of network marketing. We really have to hone in where our thoughts go, because it's so important. One thing that Tony Robbins said is that we need to discipline our disappointment. And it's so true. Like, why would we get hung up on that when there's so many blessings in our lives, all of our lives? We're so blessed. There's so many things to be grateful for. And so moving forward in that gratitude is going to get us out of that negative mindset. He says, learn to control your focus. The minute you give it a meaning, you've already made the conclusion. So when people, I hate when I hear people say this is hard, because I really feel like, yes, it's work. Absolutely. It's a ton of work, but it's not hard. And I see a lot of people jumping from opportunity to opportunity because they see, oh, I can make more money. It could be quicker money somewhere else. And that isn't it. Like, you guys, we can't be in more than one network marketing company and be successful. It's like hands down golden rule. You don't see any person successful in network marketing that is doing more than one company. It just doesn't work. And so I keep seeing people jump from company to company, but still thinking they could do both. And that just it doesn't work, you guys.
It's playing for the short term. It's thinking that you're going to make a lot of money quick. And that's not what this is about. And like, in the long term, if you're able to build a life for yourself and for your family, you want to be aligned with the right company. You want to be aligned with a company that is full of integrity and who stands for the exact values that you want to emulate. And Isagenix provides that. They literally stand for the highest of the high when it comes to characters and values. And their reputation, like you cannot blame them. Like it's hard because their hearts are in the right place. And so if it's for a short-term gain, thinking to make money quicker, faster, oh, it's easier if I'm selling this or that. Yeah, but like, what do you stand for? Like, what do you believe in? What do you want to represent? What do you want to represent for your family? What is the long-term gain that is going to become your life versus a short-term fix that's not really going to fix anything?
Nope. Because what happens, you'll get an influx of people, but then people forget that you really still after that have to go do the work. You have to go prospect. You have to go meet new people. You can't, it's just like, it doesn't work. I can't emphasize that enough. It doesn't work, you guys. You can't, if Isagenix is in the line with you, great. That's totally awesome. Like, you're, whatever that looks like for you, whatever it aligns with, but you can't do both. So anyways, I'm done with that. I'm going to unmute you all. Does anybody have anything they want to add or say? I think Jen Sturwold wanted to give a shout out.
Yeah, I just want to quickly say that Brianna just recently went consultant after being active for about 2 years, bring products every month, and she got 20 cycles. So it's a good like $1,000.
There's cheese right there.
For staying active. So I'm excited for her.
Yeah, did you guys hear that? I don't know. It sounded very quiet.
Okay.
Can you guys mute everyone and just have one person at a time?
You can mute everyone, and then the person that wants to talk can unmute themselves.
I'll do
to
that.
talk.
Yes.
And then mute themselves again.
Unmute yourself. Okay. I'm learning.
Okay, let's try this again. So I just want to shout out Brianna, who was also in Vegas recently, and she just hit consultant after being active for about 2 years, and she got 20 cycles. So it's a good $1,000 payout. So just the benefits of just staying active monthly, just loving the products, not necessarily wanting to run the business yet, but all about timing. And now she's ready to rock and roll. She has a wedding around the corner, so this will definitely help with that. So I'm excited for her.
So awesome. Anybody else want to add anything? Takeaways?
I want to add something that Tony Robbins talked about when he talked about happily achieving instead of achieving happiness and how important it is to realize that like we all have happy in us right now, that nothing's going to be better when we have like a bigger house or a better car or more money, that we already have that in us and that we need to focus on that to make it bigger. He made like a major analogy with Robin Williams and how he achieved everything he wanted in his life and then he hung himself because he still wasn't fulfilled. And it was a lot more dramatic than that. It was really good. But it was just super interesting to hear him talk about that, because I think we all focus so much on like, well, I have to get to, you know, director to be happy and I have to get to executive, or like all these things we think we need to be happy. But we can be happy no matter what. And then we can just be, you know, happily achieving instead of just trying to always get to that happiness, if that makes sense. And that just like really kind of hit at home for me, because that's me totally. Like, oh, it'll be better if I have more money, or it'll be better when this happens, or it'll be better than that happens. And everything can be that good right now if we just focus on it. So I think that's it.
I'd like to say something. I've been trying to find some mentors out there outside of our team, just for a different perspective. And there's one girl I was following, and I was just super impressed with her, Molly Trotter. And I've been stalking her. Her badge only says director, and she runs her social media like she is a top leader in the company. And so that just fired me up to just present myself like I'm already super successful in the business. And I feel like there's been such a shift in the way people are responding to my posts. People are liking my posts more. People are engaging more because I'm already just like, I have the confidence, like I'm already successful. And I think that that's going to help all of us if we do that. And then one more thing, I watched a live video that Angelique Nori made today, and it was about pouring compassion into people and it's what you guys were already saying about being compassionate, and just really asking the right questions. And sometimes talking about Isagenix isn't the right thing to do in a conversation the first time you reach out to someone, because sometimes they're going through a really horrible time. And so we just need to make sure we're keeping the reputation of our awesome team, you know, at that level, and just have compassion and think about how you would want someone to come at you with information. So those two things.
That's good points. I want to just add to that, if you don't mind. I've had a few people lately say that the shift that happened for them was they started to have more of a leader mentality versus the follower mentality. And that is what you guys all are, because we all started as a team of one, right? And we've gotten people under us. And that is like what Elsa just said is so true. If we have one person under us, we're already a leader, and we need to be acting as if we are. And so it's been really fun to see some of you guys take the lead, and I really appreciate it and love it so much. Yeah, Christy?
I just have one other last thing to add, since we're kind of all sharing our takeaways from Celebration. I know like 90% of this team was at Susan Sly, which is amazing and awesome, but a couple of us went to Rod Hairston instead. And he had one thing that totally like struck a nerve with me, again, gave me kind of like that little shift in mindset, was he asked everybody there, how many times have you done Healthy Mind and Body? And he started out with, if you've done it 1 time, stand up. If you've done it 2 times, stand up. And there was a guy there who did it, I think, like over either 6 or 7 times total. And Rod asked him, he's like, why would you do it that many times? And his answer was so beautiful. It was, because every time I did it, I was a different person when I began. And I was like, oh my God. I remember looking back on the first time I did it, and I was like, oh, this is so awesome. And I've never done it again. And my mindset has changed since then, and I'm a different person than I was when I started it then. So I just thought it was like such a cute little paradigm that he had out there. It was like, you're a different person every time you do it, and you're going to lead yourself down a different path every time. So I just want to share that. I thought it was important.
So true. And that's also important. Thank you for bringing that up. we should all need to be enrolled in that for points for our cruise. We get points off ourselves and off of the people that we enroll. So making sure that people are getting involved in the Healthy Minded Body, it's $40 and you get $40 in product for finishing. And then also the IsaBody Challenge. I know a lot of people just enrolled in those $5 Starbucks gift cards are going to be coming your way soon. But if you haven't yet, make sure you are enrolled in that accountability and $200 in free product or a $25,000 grand prize. So anybody else? Well, we love you guys. Thank you so much for sacrificing some of your Monday night with us.
It's good seeing your guys' faces.
We
Yours too.
miss you. Well, let's day 2 starts tomorrow, and I'd love to see some of you guys documenting it on Facebook. Like, people need to know what we're doing. One thing I realized that I wasn't doing is acting like I live this great life and not putting a lot of showing what I actually do for work. So I've started doing
the first day we kick off all the lives, my account got blocked from doing lives or uploading any video whatsoever on Facebook. I was like, what the heck?
Wow.
But, because I posted a song or our video in our group with Flow Rider's song, and they flagged it. And I was like, oh, man. So I got to wait until Facebook says I can do it again.
Oh,
So,
no.
I know. It's a bummer.
All right. Well, we love you guys. See you tomorrow on Facebook.